We welcome you to Paul Porter Arena in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. USC Upstate and Gardner-Webb. It's the first of two in a doubleheader between these local Big South rivals. You're watching Big South Women's Basketball on ESPN+. Hey, good afternoon and welcome in with Sarah Jansen, Phil Constantino. Women's game first, then the men's game doubleheader here in the Big South Conference today. The USC Upstate women, Coach Jay, they are 5-1 in Big South play so far this year. They are tied for first place, and no one expected them to be in that position.
Yeah, sometimes you can say maybe your coach expected that or there's kids in the locker room, but I don't think that's the case for second-year head coach Jason Williams. Has really had a really great start to the season. They're rolling, and I think they're going to try to keep it going here.
On the Gardner-Webb side, rough start to a tough non-conference schedule. First-year head coach Scott Merritt has his team in a better position now. They are 2-4 in conference play. They've won 2 of their last 4, but playing better basketball.
Yeah, and you look at that non-conference schedule, and that was brutal. So now to get into conference play, you're playing against some more of your peers, and you get a little bit of success, and you want some more. So let's see if Gardner-Webb's up to the task tonight.
Impact players for this one. We start with USC Upstate, Isabel West. She comes off the bench for them, but might be their best all-around player, the only one averaging double figures this season.
Yeah, and she's a tough player. She's scoring double figures, comes off the bench, which you don't see a whole lot. But when she does, she impacts the game. She's going to play with her back to the basket. She can face up. She's a good passer, good rebounder, and she's fantastic in this Jason Williams UCLA high post offense.
On the Gardner-Webb side, Ashley Hawkins is their do-everything guard.
Yeah, Ashley Hawkins, very unassuming, but she is fantastic with the ball in her hands, creates not just for herself or her teammates, averaging nearly 15 points a game, and those 4 assists is leading the league.
Ashley Hawkins accounts for 20% of their scoring, and I'm sure we'll talk more about this throughout the afternoon. She touches the ball on every single Gardner-Webb possession. Starting lineups being introduced to the crowd. We're moments away from opening tip-off here on ESPN+. You got USC Upstate. Again, they're 5-1 in the league, time for first place, and Gardner-Webb at 2-4. Winners of 2 of their last 4. Running Bulldogs will be short-handed today. Anaya Harris will miss her second consecutive game, tending to some personal matters. And in the post, the reigning Big South Freshman of the Week, Andrea Martinez, is out with an illness. So a tough task versus a good Upstate team, and they're going to do it without 2 of their better young players.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch a little bit of a contrast in style of play. Upstate's really going to try to get the ball inside. They've done a fantastic job of getting to the free throw line. And with this thin Gardner-Webb roster right now, you worry about foul trouble and how long they're going to be able to stay in this basketball game.
Hey, in the Big South Conference, it's all mirror scheduling as of the last couple of years. The men and the women play the same opponent, but at opposite venues, usually at the same time. USC Upstate and Gardner-Webb accommodated by the league office, so it's a doubleheader here today, and then the return trip on February 17th for both the men and the women. So women first, men later, and let's do it. Let's play some basketball. Ramatule Kita in the starting lineup for Gardner-Webb today, since they're shorthanded. She jumps center versus Rebecca Gordon, the Central Michigan transfer, and here we go. Bailey dumps inside for Trinity Moreland, who's been a real surprise in conference play for the Running Bulldogs, and Moreland banks it in for 2.
And Moreland did a great job diving down from the high post, getting low position, easy catch and finish for her on the block.
She's coming off of a 10-point performance in a victory over Longwood on Wednesday for Gardner-Webb. 2 double-figure performances for her in the 6-game conference slate so far. Inside it goes, Gordon misses, and it's Moreland on cue with the rebound.
And both teams early going inside, attacking the paint, getting the ball inside. Let's see what that opens up through the course of the game from the perimeter.
Jenny Levine run off the line. Here's Dakota Reed. She'll shoot it from about anywhere. Thrown inside for Rebecca Gordon. Misses. Got it back. Across for Markham. and one. And it's Moreland who commits the foul.
And you see the catch, great find. That's a tough call on Moreland. Not a lot of contact. Felt like she was straight up. Nevertheless, ball goes in the basket. And Markham with a three-point play.
And the first free throw of this game goes down for the league's best free throw shooting team. USC Upstate just a tick under 75%. Michaela Funderburk off the mark from three, and the rebound to Upstate. Here is Reeves from way outside. Give her any space, she's going to chuck it, and Reeves connects for three.
Reeves, that time, was out by the volleyball line.
Kita inside. Able to slip through two defenders.
And you like that response by Gardner-Webb. Got the ball out of bounds, quickly attacked Upstate in transition.
Clear, concerted effort to go inside to Gordon. And Moreland has her second rebound already. Hawkins looking for Kita on a rim run. Couldn't get it there. On the run, no good for Levine. Hawkins the rebound. Hawkins open for three. Got it.
And I have to say, early on, the pace is a little bit quicker than I think I anticipated. I thought it was going to be Upstate would try to slow down a little bit and execute in the half court. Gardner-Webb taking advantage of scoring in transition.
Thrown inside again for Gordon. Lauren Bailey the tip, and Gardner-Webb forces the turnover. Here is Bailey, a former Big South freshman of the week earlier this year. Hawkins backdoor, feeds it across to Kita. What ball movement, and Gardner-Webb an early lead.
And great ball movement by Gardner-Webb on the other end of the floor.
Reeves, no, rebound to Kita. Third leading rebounder in the league. Gardner-Webb's best at 7.5 boards per. Hawkins feeds that to no one. Kita gets it to Bailey. Now Bailey kind of run off the line, and Kita travels, that'll finally bring a pause to pace.
You see the Kita just, before she puts the ball on the ground, that pivot foot sliding a little bit. And Upstate, typically runs a lot of balls, off the ball screens, and here you see them getting into their normal stuff, getting the ball into the high post to try to attack the paint. Early on, they were doing a lot of 5 out, working on trying to get some duck-ins.
Trinity Johnson just got blocked at the rim, and now a foul. And if there's any indication about what USC Upstate does, as we take another look at the foul here on Trinity Johnson, her first and the team's first, they only average 58 points per game. But you can't look at the total scoring average because that does not at all give you an indication of the pace they play. Across the board, they are a very efficient team. So 58 points per game more indicative of the pace than it is their quality. Kita got it. Good start today for Gardner-Webb.
Right, and again, Kita, that time able to keep that pivot foot down, but they like the matchup there, trying to get Kita in that high post and try to attack and drive against this Upstate defense.
It's an early 11-6 lead on the first place USC Upstate Spartans. Grace Pack got a tip. Gardner-Webb on the move again. Funderburk won't pass the handle, and it's out of bounds off of her.
Yeah, those are the little mistakes. If you're Gardner-Webb, you really want to try to clean up. You're off to a fantastic start. But just those little errors right there in a game like this where eventually these possessions are going to shrink. You want to make sure that you're not turning over the ball and giving possessions back to Upstate.
They're doing it again, short-handed today. Gracie Barnes, turnaround jumper in the key. No, Grace Pack the rebound. Here's Hawkins, fourth leading scorer in the Big South Conference. threw that right into traffic. Gets bailed out a little bit as it's knocked out of bounds by Gordon.
Yeah, that one Hawkins missed it. Didn't read that weak side defender. She had Bailey wide open if she'd thrown the skip pass, but Gardner-Webb really trying to attack that matchup with Keats on the post.
Bailey for three. Halfway down and out. It's good a long way, and the rebound comes down to USC Upstate. Reeves chucks it. No. And Keats able to save it before going out of bounds.
You know, have you seen a women's player? I mean, that's the second one. She's been out by the volleyball line with absolutely no hesitation. Just letting it fly.
You know the answer to that question.
It has to be no, because I don't know that I've seen it.
Caitlin Clark?
I guess we should count her. We're talking about women's basketball.
She is the biggest star in the game right now. Gardner-Webb 11, USC Upstate 6 early on here at Paul Porter Arena.
Alone, chicken, onions, peppers, and cheese. So tasty.
What the?
Just like that.
Oh, shoot. Who's a soda?
New starting lemon lime soda. It's different.
There's over 450 million hoopers out there. One will outscore the country and put Norman on the map. Less than 1% of high school players get a scholarship. Odds of freshmen will lead the nation in points and assists. One had never been done. 1.3% of college players get drafted. Only one will drop 48 and 11 in the conference finals. One will know this is just the beginning. Trey had a 1.5 billion chance to get here, but he saw a possibility.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and
and he oversaw the JV program for the men's team, so he got to really cut his chops as far as being a head coach. Has run the same system. He learned it from Stephen Miss, who's currently the athletic director at Belmont Abbey College. Learned the system there, put his tweaks on it, has implemented it, ran it at Belmont Abbey on the women's side, and has now taken it over to USC Upstate.
JV teams. Back when they had those. Not as much of a thing anymore.
Well,
some schools still do.
Right, and there's only so many ways you can get head coaching experiences by actually calling it, and there is a big difference moving over from being an assistant coach to being a head coach. And he was essentially running his own program, under that umbrella. But to be able to have that experience, I think, has served him well.
Gracie Barnes called for the travel. I remember the interview that Hubert Davis gave, the current men's head coach of North Carolina, when he said, I was the head coach of the JV program here. I've called timeouts before. I've been a head coach before.
Right.
So that's kind of lost in modern basketball. And North Carolina, one of the few big programs left that has a JV men's program, as Hawkins kicks that out of bounds. So 3:36 to go in the first half. Gardner-Webb 11, USC Upstate 8. And you got the Running Bulldogs, who have struggled so far this season, 3-16 overall, 2-4 in the league, an early lead on the first place team in the Big South. He rolls it inside and wide of Isabel West. So a turnover-ridden affair at the moment. Trinity Johnson comes on. She's a Presbyterian transfer, now in her second year at USC Upstate. Grad student quite familiar with the Big South Conference by now. 3-minute scoring drought for Gardner-Webb. Nyla Walker for three and hits it. First game against her former team. Played for Williams at USC Upstate last year. And hits the three from the corner.
And that three, wide open three, credit that to Hawkins. Hawkins does a fantastic job on the ball screen, dragging that defense over from Upstate. And they have to do a better job of staying attached and see if you can find ways to slow down Hawkins and the impact that she has on this game.
West jumper, good. Besides that, USC Upstate just 25% so far to start this game. And Pack is called for the travel.
A little shuffle there on the catch from Pack before she put the ball on the floor. And again, those are those turnovers. Those are starting to stack up on Gardner-Webb as Upstate kind of starts to climb back into this.
Zora Frey-Chin. Markham the drive now. Frey-Chin for three. No, and Kita runs down the board. That's 3 rebounds already for Ramatule Kita, who had 13 last time. Hawkins pass inside, tipped and stolen. Upstate on the move. Blocking foul is the signal on Nyla Walker.
In transition, attacking it. Looks like not quite. Kind of Walker maybe slid underneath Levine there on the drive.
Livia Rentz made the call. Tom Bostic with Sonia Baker. Those are the 3 officials today. Kayla Martin just gone for Gardner-Webb. Got tipped. She was guarding the inbounder. Otherwise, Gordon was wide open on the baseline out of bounds.
You're exactly right. Wide open. A little drop pass, bounce pass. That would have been easy, too, for Upstate.
Final 90 seconds of this opening quarter. Hawkins on the bench right now for Gardner-Webb. Walker into a double team. And she travels.
And now you can see that just the impact right here. Upstate sending the double team, and Walker just gets stuck, picks up that dribble, and another turnover for Gardner-Webb.
Reeves turns, deep one, yes!
She's just ripping them from deep. And I know you're right. Caitlin Clark, I have seen some females shoot. Maybe not in the Big South. I have not seen somebody shoot it from that deep in the Big South consistently.
Johnson the steal. Pull-up jumper in the key. Rebound to Grace back. Nearly threw it away. Reeves had the deflection. And quickly, Ashley Hawkins is going to come back in.
Yeah.
Try and settle things down for Gardner-Webb.
Try it any way you can. See if you can manage some minutes for Hawkins. They cannot